Hi friends, Amanda GoGo Fit here with my class FOGA. This is foam rolling and yoga combined. This is one of my specialty classes because it is going to teach you how to MFR, myofacial release, at the same time as building strength. How we are doing that is the positions that you are in to foam roll is going to create strength, and we are going to go through the whole entire body, working the connective tissue and finding what muscles are stagnant. So whatever does not stretch and does not contract, that does not work, we are gonna break it up to wake it up, okay? So follow me and we are going to get light and tight. Okay, so first position, you're going to meet me in a bridge. A bridge position looks like this. It's literally your body making a bridge. So without the foam roller, it looks like this. Feet are parallel, hip width apart, tuck the tailbone, and we rise. You're making your body into a bridge. Now that is the position you will be in while we foam roll up and down our spine. Okay, so how this gets started, you're gonna take the foam roller, it's gonna go mid-back, and we lay down using our abs in control. Support the head, grab the head, and we are going to roll up the spine and down the spine. We have a minute for each pose, so your legs are gonna build some strong endurance. This is our first set. I'm moving my arms around because it feels yummy. You can do whatever you want, but don't do it too long because I want your neck to be able to be supported. So going back to this position, we're here for a minute. Now, most importantly, you want to take your tailbone and tuck it, pointing it to the ceiling. I always say, pretend you're a little kitty cat and you're in trouble and you have to tuck the tailbone between your legs. Pretty funny, I know. Now, as you're doing this, your hips have a highway connected to your occipital lobes, the top of your head. So if you turn your head to one shoulder and go up and down the spine, you're gonna find certain positions or angles of the band that we're rolling that are kind of sore. Kind of feels like a bruise in a sense of way. So you wanna go and break it up. The slower, the better. Now feel what you feel going up and down the spine with your head rotated to that shoulder. And now we go to the opposite shoulder. You're gonna go up and down. You can go as high up and as high low as you want. But most importantly, support the head and tuck the butt. Now let's say that a minute has passed. We are on to our second position. Our second position is going to be plank position for the quads. The quads meaning four because there's four parts, but let's just call it the hip flexor complex because we're gonna get everything in here. So plank position without the foam roller is gonna look like this. You're gonna be the plank that the pirates walk off of and jump into the water. Something like that, right? Okay, so elbow underneath the shoulder, stacked perfectly. If it's too high and it looks like a slide, you're gonna stress your shoulder. And if your shoulder is too forward, you're gonna really stress the tendons in the front. So 90-degree angle here. And modified version on the knees looks like this. Tuck the toes off the knees, and that's advanced. But it doesn't matter in this case because we have the foam roller that is gonna go on the quads, okay? So plank position, everybody. Oh, and you can bring your hands together. That makes it easier. However, you have shoulder issues and you wanna work on correcting them, then you want your wrist to be exactly across from the shoulder, okay? Tuck this underneath. And now here's the biggest important thing to know. It's very natural for us to want our stomach to hang to the floor. And then we have this huge arch here. You're going to kill your low back. So again, we tuck the tailbone under because that's what a plank is. This is not a plank. This is a weak core. A core strength is when it doesn't slouch. So you want to make sure you're tucking the tailbone and keeping your back flat like a board, which is why it's called a plank. We have a minute here of getting acquainted. You are gonna build some shoulder endurance. So if your shoulders are getting tired, that's the strength that we're building. And your core, if it's getting tired, take a break because it's more important to protect your back and build repetition than it is to keep going while hurting your disc. Plus we have many sets of planks, so not to worry. So you can go all the way up. You can go all the way down by the knees. If you have knee pain, this is gonna help break up the band that tugs on your knee when you bend. When you bend your knee, everything that attaches here, if it doesn't stretch with you, it just pulls and tugs. So we're gonna break up whatever areas feel kinda icky wicky, okay? So we're just getting started, we're warming up. I want you to build that strength in your core and your shoulders. Most importantly, we have many sets of these where we will add progressions. So just start right here with me. And if one leg feels worse than the other, just so sore, that's your sick leg, I call it. It's your stagnant leg, the one that barely does anything. It's sick. So you want to break that one up and put blood flow and circulation through it so it has elasticity to move with you. I will teach you how to active release in a couple of movements to come, but we're going to move on to our our third position, which is going back into bridge position. Second set, bridge position, here we come. Okay, sorry, I'm just so excited. Okay, bridge position, mid-back, lower slowly, support the head, and lift, and tuck the butt. We're going up and down. Now, as we're on our second set of the bridge for the leg strength, we are going to add the lats. The lats is the insertion of all the attachments of your tricep, of your pec minor, your serratus anteriorus. Everything stems through here. So this makes a huge difference when you find stagnation and we break it up, especially if you have restricted shoulders or you work at a desk all day and your shoulders are up to your neck. If your shoulders are up to your ears like this, it's because this is jammed and tight. So we're gonna break this up so the shoulders can depress. So as you are bridging away, rolling up and down the spine, we're gonna work on trunk rotation, meaning your ribs are going to rotate. We go left, we go right, and left, and right. Now to get into the lat, I'm kind of just hanging out right here in the side. There's a lot of things in here, so if you're not exactly on the lat, you're finding something in there, don't worry about what part it is, just hold that. Now what I do to support my head is the free arm is going to hold it like that. It's like you're choking yourself. You're gonna support your head. I am now just laying flat on my side and my arm can come forward. Feel what muscles in that degree are calling to you. Then I external rotate. Ooh-wee. A lot of people lack external rotation, which is why their shoulders hang forward, and that's why they turn into a hunchback by the time they're 80. But in this case now, by the time you're 40, because of these dang phones. So anyhow, we're working the range of motion of the shoulder, going forward and back, forward and back. Now let's go to the other side. Trunk rotate this way, support the head, move your arm however you want, or just hang out there because I know this is very uncomfortable, but there's no comfort in growth. Wait, did I say that correctly? There's no growth in comfort. Oh yeah. And I'm using my legs to go up and down, or you can just stay there and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay? Suppose a minute has passed, or you want to do longer, your call, but we're moving on to the fourth movement. The fourth amendment. Just kidding. Okay, back to plank position. We're going back to the quads, but I'm gonna teach you how to active release, which is the best part, because if your muscles are jammed and they don't shorten to flex and contract and they don't lengthen to stretch because they're just stuck, if you move them, you can weasel your way in with the foam roller and break up the stagnation and create movement. Okay, Plank position, everybody. Quads. Your core is gonna get so strong from this as long as you are tucking that butt. Here we are, we're going up and down and using my shoulders to roll forward and back. Now to active release, whichever quad, whichever leg feels more sick and ill is the one we're gonna do first. So you're gonna bend your knee, but as you bend, you'll notice you lost your pelvic tilt. You gotta tuck that tailbone and only bend your knee as far as you can go without arching your back. If you arch your back, you're compromising and now you're not really releasing here. You need to tuck the tailbone under, and when you do that, you're gonna find a hard, dense rope. That's the side you're gonna kind of go to, and you're gonna go up and down. So right now, it's like I'm in a side plank on the left shoulder, and I'm going to circle my ankle until it's not choppy, because guess what? Your toes are the tendons that turn into the band that goes all the way up your leg, all the way up the whole system. Think of hot dog sausage links. You got the calf hot dog, you got the quad hot dog, you got your abdominal hot dog, and you work your way up. They're laced in the packaging, right? That's fascia. Fascia is the webbing throughout the whole body, and that's what we're doing, is breaking it up so you have elasticity and movement and blood flow and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so here we go. Plank position. Ooh, the right one I'm going to bend and release, bend and release. Now, if you have knee pain and you're like, oh, Amanda, I can only bend to right here, then hold it right there, let the foam roller sink in, circle the ankle to 1 degree, circle the ankle to the other degree, make sure you're still tucking the tailbone, and kind of go a little bit back and forth. These are all different ways you can break it up, but break up the area that's pulling on your knee, okay? Now, let's assume that we just did a minute or more. Like I said, this is your workout. I'm just showing you how and why. Okay, next, we are going to go into side plank position. You just did side plank in a way. We worked trunk rotation both directions. So now we're going to strengthen our obliques and our shoulders and our lats that we just broke up so that they can engage, all to get our outer thigh. Woo, IT band, whatever you want to call it. So we are going to go to whichever leg you want to do first. You could do the easier side, or you could do the one that felt sick. I'm going to do this one so I can see you. So side plank position without the foam roller looks like this. Same thing, shoulder and elbow stacked. My fist is not like this or like that, it's perfectly across, keeping the shoulders safe. Modified version would be on the knees, and off the knees is a little heavier, so it's a little bit harder, okay? So we're going to take the foam roller, as we are in side plank position already, and whether you're on the knees or not, you're gonna slip this bad boy underneath. Woohoo! Now, you're gonna notice instantly that this is very uncomfortable, which is why we're building and progressing to this. If this is too much to handle, what it feels like today is going to be different tomorrow. It's going to be different the next week. As long as you do this video once a week, you're going to see and feel different changes in your body. And every time you do this, what hurt yesterday is going to be different tomorrow. And when I say hurt, I mean hurt so good. Don't you feel the blood flow going to your feet and just circulation? Oh, it feels amazing. And then you're gonna have no more resistance in your leg. Your leg's gonna fly when you go to the gym. You're like, oh my God, it was so heavy to lift, but now it's lighter so I can lift more. Getting stronger and lighter. Okay, so here we are, we're going up and down the femur, this whole bone right here. Now, if I rotate my hips forward, I can get more into the front area. If I rotate my hips back, I can get back of it, of the whole side of the femur. Now, if this is too hard, you can use your legs to kind of help. And if you're feeling pressure in your neck, not to worry. We're gonna release that next. So we're going up and down, up and down. Now I like to circle in whatever angle my foot avoids. So let's say you're circling just like this and it's only facing up and it's not facing the floor. I'm gonna go to the floor, hold that on my leg. Ooh, you could feel it for sure. And I'm moving back and forth. But if you move the foot, you're active releasing, okay? All right, a minute has passed. Guess what? We are going to reset. We're gonna reset and go back in the bridge position so we can take away the tension in the neck, because this is our first time doing it. Or maybe you've been watching this video and you've done it before, but whatever tension is in your neck, we're gonna go and get rid of it, okay? So, back to bridge position, 15,000 sets. Just kidding. We're gonna go back and we're gonna neutral this, but this time we're gonna bring the roller up into our neck, and I'm holding it here. Wherever your neck was hurting is where you're gonna go. So I like to roll the foam roller right up here in my upper trap area. And so I kind of put pressure there by leaning my whole body weight into that side. And I'm holding my head, letting it drop, and I'm tucking my butt, and I'm going very, very slow so I can get in there. And I'm going up the whole scapula crest, and I'm going, try to pull the shoulders down. You can open, close, bring your arms up. You can even just sit here if this feels really good. Wherever the tension was is where you're gonna go. Now, assuming that a minute has passed, we're gonna go to the other leg, side plank. Here we go. Side plank position. Foam roller is by my obliques because I'm getting ready to slide it right underneath. 90-degree shoulders, protect here, and you can just be in this position if you'd like. It's still considered a side plank because you're still using the obliques and the lats, okay? So here we are. I am in side plank position. I'm using my legs to glide and my shoulder. Now, I notice on this side, I'm compensating. This hip likes to rotate backwards. Hey, quiet! This hip that's backwards, I'm gonna bring it forward and I'm gonna go back to where it was. Luna! She's a meanie weenie. Luna, stop it. We're working out here. God. Okay, so we're going up and down fast or slow. Slower is better in my opinion because it really sinks in and gets deeper. But if you're new and you're just doing the best you can starting out on day 1 or 2 or 3, listen to your body. You have the rest of your life to build to progression. Okay, so we're going up and down, supporting the neck and head if you must. Shall we add active release by bending? Ooh-wee! It's a little gnarly here. And it's normal to have one side that feels a little more painful. It's interesting. You'll have the side that hurts so good, then you'll have the sick side. The side that hurts so good is your dominant leg. It's your active leg. It's your one that does everything. So it's healthy, it moves, it exercises. The other side that's sick is usually your stagnant leg that doesn't do much movement. So if you're somebody who doesn't exercise and you're starting out with these videos, keep in mind that your whole body is going to feel like that sick side if you don't continue on with these videos. And maybe not even my videos, find other videos. Just keep going. Don't let anything stop you. Consistency, persistency, continuously. What else do we got? What other words here? Okay, I think a minute has been done. Let's move forward, okay? All right, so now we are going back to bridge position to reset the neck because starting out, you may feel a little tension in your neck. If your lats don't work, and that's what we're using side planking, you're gonna feel this compensating. So when it does take over, we go and release it. With time, your lats will be so strong that your traps don't do all the work for you, okay? So mid-back, support the head, tuck the butt, up and down, woo-wee, woo-woo. And if you have lower back pain, it is so important not to like over exaggerate this because now you're arching the back. It's just a nice and subtle tuck of the butt, up and down, getting all of the stuff that hurts so that way it doesn't hurt later. We're building a relationship with our body right now because whatever talks to us now, we can prevent, we can get rid of and break it up so that way when we're 10 years older from now, we're not so surprised. Why does my body hurt so bad? Well, if you did something with it, you would know, and now you are. Okay, so next, moving on. Okay, I have been avoiding these for a really long time. Making this video is making me do the stuff I don't want to do. It's holding me accountable. Okay, so bear with me. You thought the outer thighs were nuts. The inner thighs are crazy, but you get the most gains from it. Okay, so it's plank position for these guys. I'm gonna give you a visual. Okay, we go into plank position. Walk the plank. Arr! Okay, no more procrastinating. Okay. We go into our plank, modified or off the knees. This is it, right? But then the femur, this big hunkin' bone, is gonna go on this roller. So I have my toes tucked and I'm lifting up into my plank. Now this leg can be, woo, all the way up if you're flexible. It doesn't matter. Wherever your leg goes, you're going to feel different bands because there's a lot of different angles that our leg can move in. So every angle we move in is a band that tugs, kind of like Pinocchio, how you can dictate him. That's how our muscle strings work, right? I call them strings. It's the same thing as connective tissue. They're just a bunch of bands. Muscles, bands, same thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to distract you from the pain. Now look at my back. Look how fast it was for me to drop my little belly. I have to hold my plank. Now, if you are so tired and it just hurts so much, you can drop down on your stomach and drop the leg. And my inner thighs are so tight, I don't need a plank to add weight. I just have the weight of my leg and I can feel it. But I'm using the opposite leg to roll around and I'm rotating my hips. If you have congested hips, clogged hips, not free hips, no movement hips, this is going to lubricate the hip joints and create rotation, which is so important when walking and moving and running and whatever it is you choose to do in this lifetime. So make sure that you are just going nice and slow and enjoying the flow of blood flow moving down that leg. Okay, a minute has passed. We're going to go to the other side. Doesn't matter which leg you do first. It's your calling. Your body will just guide you naturally. Okay, plank again, 15 set. No, just kidding. Okay, here we go. Plank position. I'm getting this thing ready. And boom, here I am. Up and down, up and down. And it's normal to have one side feel so different than the other because a lot of times I see people with their hips, they rotate. Like let's say you drive a lot. Usually your hips will rotate easily to the left because the right leg's forward, but then it won't rotate very well to the right. So this is gonna get you right, okay? So whatever you're feeling today, whatever imbalances you have, this is your way of correcting it. Myofacial release is the way of the future. Just you wait, you'll see. Okay, here we go. Forward and back. Now let's see if we want to add active release. We can bend the knee back and forth. Ooh, and popping and clicking is fun, okay? Popping and clicking just means there's space in there. It's like your body wants to pop in place. People that go to the chiropractor all the time, they go get popped, but then your connective tissue, your muscles mold you right back into that same posture that your skeletal has been shaped and formed as. Your muscles are your posture. Your muscles are your movement. Your muscles are your form by the time you're 90. So take care of it now, folks. Woo! And I'm gonna add a little active release and circle my my lovely foot. Woohoo! Okay, a minute has passed. Moving on. I'm so happy. The hard part's over. Okay, this one is a great one. You guys are really gonna like this. It's open leg child's pose with the foam roller. This is also a reset. So let's say you just accidentally was arching your back like this and it hurts. No worries, we're gonna put it back. Grab the foam roller. If you have really, really tight, stiff shoulders starting out, then go wide. But if your shoulders are fine, pick whatever degree you want. We're going to roll it forward to where our hands or wrists are on top. Now my legs are closed. I want you guys to open your knees because we just foam rolled our inner thighs, so I want to stretch them. So we're gonna bring our body back. Make sure your head's in the center. So I go left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then I find my center. It's hard when you can't see yourself. Now take a couple of deep breaths here and let those knees open. Big breaths. Your oxygen is going to oxidate all the muscles you just tore. We are literally tearing tissue, and it's going to repair and create thicker, denser muscle in the future, but most importantly, with elasticity. That's why this is like the future. I don't know why myofacial release isn't as popular as it is yet. Maybe it will be. Ooh. And I like to shimmy, 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 wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And you can even practice forward and back. Now, I want to teach you guys how to start getting into your lats to stretch them. You have your hand up here. You're going to smash the right armpit to the floor, facing your sternum to the left. Now, left armpit to the floor and face your sternum to the right. And whichever side is harder is the one I want you to kind of lay on. And breathe. Muscles are like a garden. You gotta feed them nutrients, you gotta oxidate them, and you gotta hydrate them with water. Honestly, it's that simple. Okay, a minute has passed. We are going into what I call yogi play. We just foam roll the inner thighs and we just stretch them, but I wanna give you a chance to do whatever your favorite inner thigh stretch is. We got this yoga position here where you go this way, or we could do horse, or we can open them with our elbows, or we can do pyramid. Woo! Oh yeah. We could do a nice wide stance where we come down, shake the head out. Whatever your choice is, I really want you to just move around, feel your body, and do a little stretch of the inner thighs. My favorite is this one if you want to follow me. Okay? You're on your mat. Open the legs wide. Grab your elbows like you're doing butterfly, and you're going to dip your shoulder in. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, dip the opposite one. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip. This one's great because you're getting trunk rotation both sides, and your trunk rotation is connected to this crossover body, so you're gonna stretch the inner thighs with separating your trunk, okay? So, moving forward. We're getting into tricep extension position. We have not done this one yet, but this is going to be to foam roll our calves. Tricep extension on the floor position is going to look like this without the foam roller, where you are literally sitting on your two sit bones, nice and tall, and your arms are going to lift up. Maybe I lifted my booty too. Okay, so this is the endurance your arms are gonna build for the back of your arm. So people have a hard time with holding this for a while in the very beginning. So every time you do this video, you're gonna get a little stronger. Okay, so I put the roller underneath this bone here. There's a lot of juicy stuff in there, juicy meat. We're gonna release it. But first, tricep extension position. Now I'm rolling forward and back. I have a little micro bend in my elbow, so it's allowing me to slide and glide, and I'm using my core as well to pull my hips back. And because I do this so often, I don't really feel much, so I am going to progress to level 2 by bringing one leg on top of the other, and I'm going forward and back. Now the goal here is if your foot is pronated and it sinks in, or supinated and it bows outward, or external rotated and turns out like a duck, we want to get your second toe and Achilles tendon lined up with the knee. So if you're not sure what that looks like, you can do circles. So I am foam rolling my right leg, and I'm going to circle my right leg in every degree. Wherever it is choppy is where I'm going to hold, freeze, and I'm going to put pressure, and I'm going to go up and down where it feels very icky. Up and down. It's icky for a reason, because it hasn't been used. It's just stuck stagnant. Just because you're moving doesn't mean the muscles you think are working are working. Because if that was the case, we would be so fit after a year of working out of the gym. I see people, they go every single day, and a year later they look the same. This myofacial release would change the structure of everything. But you guys are very lucky, because you guys get to learn too. So bottoms up, I'm looking for what hurts. It's normal to have a lot of gunk around the ankle. Our poor little ankle has all these stabilizer muscles in there that are supporting that ankle. So you want to break them up a little bit, give them a little blood flow juice. Okay, now if we did a minute on one leg, go to a minute on the other leg. I am still holding my booty off the floor, and I'm holding on my arms. Now, if you are not that advanced yet, be proud that you're here in the first place. Drop your butt and just kind of slide your butt on the floor. These are like when your dog goes poo outside and he's like scooting on the floor. You'll never forget it now. You can do the scoot. And your shoulders are still working. Woo-wee! This left leg is not happy. Oh, but it feels so good. Okay, assume a minute has passed. We are going into our second set side plank. Side planks and inner thighs are my least favorite thing to do in the world, but because I avoid them like the plague, when I do them, I get the most out of it. And you will see. Train the same, look the same. Do something new, be a new boo. Ooh, that's a good one. I just made that up right now. God. Okay, side plank position, focus, Amanda. Elbow underneath the shoulder stacked, woo! Knees are stacked, I'm in modified position. You are going to release the peroneals, this little line, all these stabilizers. People don't ever get these, so you're gonna get a lot out of this, okay? So side plank position, I'm going to support myself up, woo-wee, and I'm rolling up and down, okay? Up and down, you're gonna notice this is a little achy. Now I can rotate forward my hips where my belly button's coming to the floor, and now I'm on the anterior tibialis, which connects to the big toe, and the big toe's job is grounding. So it gets really tired, but guess what? By you releasing the anterior tibialis, it is gonna allow you to dorsiflex, which means point your foot up high, which is the movement for explosiveness. So if you're a runner, or you're going up hills, or you're squatting, or you're having problems squatting, this is gonna enhance your squats. It's amazing what releasing these can do. And if you're a runner, you probably already know about this, but this is one way to get it. So we're up. 30 more seconds, let's say. Oh, if you're dying, I know I'm dying too. If you're not at this level though, and you can't come up just yet because it's painful or whatever reasons, you can do this. And if this doesn't work for you, either Theragun gun, the little zzz, you can use that. I'll sit at nighttime in front of the TV, zzz, and you just break it up. And you can even practice. Let's say that your ankle can only dorsiflex this much. It should be able to go a lot further. But if you can't, you just put your foot at the degree you want it to go and bzzz, and it should be able to get a little bit more flexion for you. Okay. Oh no, we can't move on. We have to do the other side. Woo! Okay. One side down, one more to go. Side plank, left oblique, left shoulder endurance. Working the stabilizers, working the dorsiflexors. Okay, wherever you want to start on the tibia bone, your call. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're up here, side planking, advance, or you can stay on your hips. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Whatever works for you, or you can be blasting with a gun. Foam rolling or trigger point gun. Theragun is a great brand. Up and down, down. After this, we get to reset our spine. So see how I'm rotating forward? That's a compensation. I should be like this, but this is weak. This is my weak side. But it's okay if I compensated because the next movement, we're gonna reset the spine. All right, let's say a minute has passed. No cheating. I just cheated, didn't I, though? Okay, we are going to reset. In case you were rotated on one side and not so much the other side, here we go. And every time you're moving, you're loosening up threads and getting into different places of your back. Hadn't you noticed that, how it feels different every time? Mid-back placement, woo! Tuck the butt, support the neck. And breathe. Oxidate all the tissue. We are creating circulation. So think about a freeway that is congested. It's just car after car after car. Think of the cars as blood cells. And they're not really moving very fast on the freeway. The highway is just jam, jam, jam. So it's very slow. I'd say the speed limit is about 30 miles per hour that everybody's going. And that's probably how you may feel after a year's worth of tightness, especially in the back. So your body in the morning when you wake up probably feels very, very slow and sluggish, but you break it up, you're gonna create a freeway, a highway of movement and lightness. So minutes up of resetting the spine. We're going back into our second set of tricep extension. Why? Because now we have to get the hamstrings. This is one of the hardest muscles bands to release on your own, I've found. I've been doing this for a lot of years. And the best way I've ever found was sitting on a barbell that the freaking Hercules guys at the gym use. And I'll sit on there and I'll active release and it feels amazing, but I can't do that because I look like a monkey and that's not how it's used. So we're going back into tricep extension position, just like the calves, but it's gonna go underneath the hammies, this side here. We're lifting up and we're rolling forward and back. Now, the more you lock out the knee, the more you're gonna stretch the hamstring, and whatever doesn't stretch is gonna be the band you're gonna find. Now, I am feeling my right side, so I'm going to use my opposite leg to just bridge position and roll forward and back. And I'm locking out my knee straight. It's like I'm trying to engage. So what I mean by that is squeeze your quad so tightly as if someone's gonna punch you in the quad and give you a dead leg. And you don't want that dead leg, so you have to squeeze. The more you squeeze your quad, the more you're gonna release that hamstring. Now, you can take it to an extra level and point the toes to the nose, because the myofacial meridian highway, the superficial, it's called the SBL, the superficial back line, it stems from the bottom of your feet all the way back to the calves, the hamstrings, up the glutes, up the hamstrings, up the neck, and attaches to here. That's why when you're stretching your hamstrings, if you tuck your chin and point your toes to your nose at the same time, ooh-wee, you're really stretching it, which may look like this. Oh. Feels better though, like without the roller. Okay, so you're rolling toes to nose. Get really close to the sit bone. That's where all the attachments are. And the slower you go, the more accurate you're going to sink in. If you go really fast, you're gonna be like, I don't feel anything. I must be so good. Not necessarily. You can still have some tightness there, but you're going so fast that you're only getting like the outer surface. You want to go nice and slow. Okay, 1 minute there, 1 minute to the other leg. I'm going to the left. Now this side I don't feel anything really like I did the right. So if I move my hips, belly button to the right, belly button to the left, you can find different bands, part of the hamstring, because there's a lot of stuff that is back there. And they allow knee extension, but if these are tight, you're not gonna be able to straighten your knees. So people that sit all day for work, truck drivers, or office desk working, like people that cannot straighten their knees, this is going to break up the band so you can fully straighten your knee. Like that, like gold. You could do it yourself. Okay, 1 minute has passed and we're moving on. Oh, I see where we are now. Everything we broke up, we woke up. So now we're gonna stretch and we're gonna use it. So I have a little bit of movements for you. Okay, we're going to get into down dog position, and we are gonna move the tailbone to the right, tailbone to the left. When we walk, our tailbone is supposed to go right, left, like a happy dog. But a lot of us are so tight in the glute where the tailbone is and the trochanter bone that it makes us go right center, right center, right center. Or you may walk left center, left center, left center. So we're gonna go into down dog position, which is your body in a triangle, nice and sharp. You want to hide your ears behind your shoulders. And once you're in this position, you wanna stick your butt out. So in other words, stick your chest out, almost like you're like arching your back. Arch your back and you're gonna feel the stretch from the sit bone. But if you don't arch your back, that means you're in a posterior position, which means nothing's getting stretched. So the more you arch it like this, the more extension you're gonna get, okay? So we're gonna go to down dog position. And I like to kind of shimmy out my knees. When I bend the left knee, you'll feel the right hamstring stretch. And when I bend the right knee, you'll feel the left one. We just released the myofacial superficial backline of the calves and the hamstrings. So these should feel like they're stretching a lot better than they probably did before you foam rolled. Now we're gonna point the tailbone to the right. So in order to do that, you're going to bend the right knee and the tailbone's gonna point to the right. The right hip is elevating and the tailbone goes to the right. Now tailbone to the left, left knee to the rib. Ooh, that side goes so easy. So I'm gonna go back to the side that does not, and I'm gonna work it. 10, 9, 8, work it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, neutralize, right, left. And rest. Okay, next. Because what you break up and you wake up, you wanna stretch it. So we are going to go into single leg hip extension. This feels really good, but also hurts a bit, okay? So we are gonna enhance that stretch that we just did. We are in down dog position. If you are advanced and you wanna add shoulder stabilization, you can do this on the roller. However, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna go straight into triangle down dog, and you're gonna lift your right leg or whichever leg you wanna do first. Make sure that your kneecap is facing the floor, and we are going to shift weight to our arms and elbow knee touch. And then extend high, and then touch. We're gonna do 5 each, so that's 2. We have 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, 1 more, inhale, exhale. Now place it back and shimmy. Now we're going to lift the opposite leg, kneecap facing the floor. Try to drop the calves or the heel that is on the floor. And we tuck our butt, round our low back, touch, and bring the leg back up. Inhale here. Exhale, touch elbow to knee. Inhale, exhale, 2 more, 5 each. And touch, and we got 1 more. Lift the leg up and touch and rest. Notice when you did that, it really ripped that hamstring open. That is great. You should be flowing after this, like just feeling so light. The more things hurt in a good way, the more you're gonna get back from it, okay? You get what you put out. Do a little discomfort, get a little reward. Do big things that are super uncomfortable, you will notice the difference. Okay. Now, moving forward, we are going to progress into a high plank. What we just did was hip extension. So if that was easy for you, maybe hip flexion will be your challenge. You need to have all the hip movements, hip flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, blah, blah, blah. So high plank position looks like this. Hands are underneath the shoulders stacked, feet are hip width apart, and you are in this position here. Now we are going to lift one leg up, and the goal is to external rotate that femur, stamp the foot exactly where the hand is, straighten the back knee, and if you're advanced and you want to add a chest fly, go for it. Make sure that this knee is hugging your torso though, and then we place it right back where it was and bring it back. Now we have the left leg, which is my tighter leg, so I hope it looks as pretty. I lift the leg up, I external rotate like a Spider-Man push-up, I place the foot there, and I hug the knee to my side, and I hold it for 2 seconds, and I bring it back. We're doing 10, that's 2, so here we go. Here's number 3. Oh, and if you need to do modified version, that's perfectly fine. On your knees, place it, and switch, place it. Whatever level you're at today may be different tomorrow. You just do what feels right, okay? So here we are. We have, what number is this? We'll just say 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If one leg could go further than the other leg, here's your hands, and one leg stamps right next to it, but the other one is lower. If that's you, you need to do 10 on just that side, so that way your tailbone and your hip can rotate evenly with the right. So if you have a hard time getting one foot just as far as the other, isolate that side and then alternate and see if they're neutralized. That would be a correction exercise, very necessary. Okay, moving on. We're going back into bridge position because we are going to neutralize our spine. All that movement, we come back to centering. Mid back, support the head, tuck the butt, roll it out. Woo-wee. Find the good stuff. I'm gonna add a little trunk rotation this way. Oh, and then this way. Oh. Sound effects help, I don't know why. I want to grunt my pain. If you feel like you're already starting to, in life, become a hunchback, it's because right here where our ribs are, this is where we fold. So exactly at that degree is where we start to round. So if you just sit on this roller right there, mid-back, and just hold, it's gonna open all the tightness here, help you breathe, and iron out that rounded back. So, win, win, win. Okay, moving on. We're running out of time. You're doing great though. If you're still with me and you're still following, I'm very proud of you. This is a lot your first time. And if this is your second or third time, freaking killer. Do this once a week, and if this is your third time, that means it's your third week in a month. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to get any like full on like noticeable human changes. And when I mean human changes, we are the most impatient creatures. We want results right away. So we're getting results every single time we do it, but we don't humanly understand or see it until after 4 to 6 weeks. So just know you are getting changes. You could probably feel it after today. Anyway, moving forward. Plank position. Oh, yes. We're gonna go into plank position, get our quads, and then we're gonna neutralize our hips. Okay, so here we go. Pelvic tilt time. My back is arching. I tuck the butt, and I'm rolling. I'm gonna feel my left one. Oh yeah, circle, circle, circle. I'm gonna feel my right one. Oh, and you can even move your femur like this, internal rotation, external rotation, and find the gong. Oh, slow, slow like butter. Oh my gosh. And as you're like creating all this body heat, the more you can melt in. As you melt in by the hip socket, oh, that's where I want you guys to go. Get up here where the hip socket is, where all the attachments are. Circle your ankle, bend your knee, tuck your butt. It's almost like you're doing a quad stretch, but where you can't go any further with your foot, you'll feel the restriction. Roll that shit out. Woo. Roll it out, roll it out. Okay, our minute is up. And now we're going to lubricate our hip joints. So what I mean by that is, here's your hip socket. My arm right here is the femur. In the hip socket, it should be able to slide and glide. So it wants to go forward for flexion. It wants to go back for extension. It wants to do circles. Whatever it does, it should be isolated. But this next movement, if your hips are moving all over the place, that means they're congested. And if you stay tuned for my next video, I'm gonna show how to release that next. But anyhow, let's get into position for it. Okay, so we're in quadrant position. Quadrant, all fours, hands and knees, shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. And right here, my back is not arched and it's not rounded. It is perfectly flat like a plank. Ba, ba, ba. If you have a yoga block, I would put it on your back and see if you can balance it. But we're gonna do 5 circles to the right and 5 circles to the left without our hips moving. If they're moving, that just means they're congested, and it means we need to break that up next, which in my next video I will show you. Okay, here we go. 5 circles. If you skip a degree, that's what we want to enhance. This is feeling pretty dang good. My hips are staying still. I'm gonna reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. I put the knee exactly down below my hip socket. Now my left one from experience I know is pretty choppy, so I'm gonna go slow. Okay, I got flexion with the leg. I got abduction, extension, adduction, flexion, abduction, extension, blah, 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 circle. I'm really engaging my abs so that my hips don't move. Okay, 5 the other way, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yes, it's normal to feel your obliques fire because whenever you do single leg movements, your obliques have to contribute to that. Okay, we just lubricated our hips and now we are going to go into alternating chest flies. We got 10 of these. We're back to quadrant position. And I'm going to bring my left hand underneath my nose, my midline center, and I'm going to alternate. Ooh, reach 1, 2. Put my right hand where the left was, and then sternum and ribs only. Don't move your hips, just the ribs. 1, 2. We're doing 10. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ta-da, we did it. Okay, 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 okay. All right. We have bird dog. You guys are almost done. We're gonna strengthen our core. Bird dog, can someone tell me why it's called bird dog? Okay, quadrant position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. If you have bad knees, put a blanket underneath your knees. Here we go. Right arm, left leg, hold. This arm is going to hide the ears and chin tuck, and this left leg, the kneecap is facing the floor. And I'm holding for 1 minute, nice and strong. If you are new to exercise and you don't have it, how long you can hold is a perfect start. Let's say you can only get 15 seconds. Tomorrow, I want 16 seconds. Then the next time you do it, 17, and build your endurance. As this gets stronger, your joint issues, if you have them, will dissipate. Here we go. All right, 1 minute has passed. Wink, wink, pretend. For time's sake, we're moving on to the next side. Make sure you put your knees back where they were. Left arm, right arm, hold. 1 minute here. We're getting stronger. Okay, 1 minute is done. Pretend. Last but not least, no, just kidding, not last, you wish. We're going to go back to child's pose and reset. You can have your knees together or you can open wide, and we're going to put our spine back into lumbar, and we're just going to neutralize our low back. Deep breaths here. Left armpit, right armpit. And now my favorite of all, because you earned it, we get to oxidate the whole body. This roller represents your spine. You are going to get on it. How do we get on it? Tricep extension, bridge position. So it's right by my tailbone. I'm going to lift and place my tailbone at the bottom, and I'm gonna go down vertebrae by vertebrae until my spine is lined up with it, and I'm using my hands and my feet to support so I don't roll off, and I drop my head. It's gonna feel weird at first because you're not sure where your spine is, so try to move around until your spine is completely engaged. Now take that little tunnel that your back has, and you're gonna compress, and then you take your hands overhead and just let them melt to the floor and just breathe. We are gonna open our chest. We live in a world of cell phone usage, driving, holding babies, computers. Everything is in the chest, and we cannot open it up enough, I feel. So this is your chance for the day to inhale new, fresh oxygen, and exhale all the stale crap we just let go, and inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. I had so much fun with you guys. Thank you for joining me, whether it's one of you, two of you, or however many of you. Send this video to someone you know that could use it. Like or subscribe, and let's just continue to get light and tight. Namaste.